then there's no remembrance of the person. Okay, so that poem raises the subject matter what? Carpe diem, seize the moment, or seize the day. So another Shakespeare's poem that I would like to read is Sonnet 16. Sonnet 16, sorry, Sonnet 116, sorry. Sonnet 116. Let me not to the marriage of true minds admit impediment. Love is not love which alters when its alteration finds, or bends with the remover to remove. Oh no, it's a never fixed mark that looks on tempest and is never shaken. The star to every wandering bar, whose words unknown though its height be taken. Love not time's fool, though rosy lips and cheeks within its bending circles compass come. Love alters not with its brief hours and weeks, but bears thou even to the age of doom. If this be error and upon me proved, I ne'er read nor no man ever loved. That is Sonnet 116 by William Shakespeare. And its subject matter is apparent, and it is love. Subject matter is apparent, and it is love. Beginning from the first line, let me not to the marriage of true minds admit impediment. Love is not love which alters when its alteration finds, bends with the remover to remove. Okay, so this poem actually talks about the timelessness of love. Okay, that love is timeless and universal. You can write that down. That Shakespeare's Sonnet 116 states that, or depicts the idea that love is timeless and what? Universal. Love cannot be destroyed. And that is true love, cannot be destroyed. It withstands the souls of the ages. If it is not love, it will fade with time. If it is not love, when challenges come, it will fade away. So the poet uses metaphors to show how strong a force love is, real love, right? Not the one that's practiced in our time, okay? Right? The love that's practiced in our time is strong when there are material things, like cash, right? A lot of money, okay? But real love does not look at those things. So that's why most professional love, right, in today's world, ends in shambles when challenges come. So when you read the poem, Psalm 116, you see the various things that can attack love without success, because that love is real, genuine, and strong. Okay, no storm of life can overtake it. Okay, so we want to look at the structure of the poem so that we can see whether it is Shakespearean. I think I also have to read I Have No Peace by, which is, I think, is a Petrarchan sonnet. I have no peace. So that we can compare the two forms. I Have No Peace is actually written by Sir Thomas Watts. He is one of those who brought the sonnet form from Italy, right? So they might have begun by practicing the Italian sonnet form. But I'll read the poem to show it as an example of an Italian sonnet. I Have No Peace by Sir Thomas Watts. Please take note of it in your poem so that in your reading you could also search for the poems and read. I find no peace, not I have no peace. I find no peace, not I have no peace. The title is I find no peace. by Sir Thomas Watt. I find no peace, and all my war is done. I fear and hope, I burn and freeze like ice. I fly above the wind, yet can I not arise. Although all not I have, and all the world I seize on, that Lucifer holdeth me in prison, and holdeth me not, yet can I escape no wise. Nor letteth me live, nor die at my device. And yet of death it giveth me occasion. Without end I see, and without tongue I plain. I desire to perish, and yet I ask help. I love another, and thus I hate myself. I feed me in sorrow and love in all my pain. So this poem talks about the contrary states that a lover feels. The states, right? He feels like dying, at the same time he feels like living. All right? He feels that he's at war, but at the same time he also feels that he's at peace. Okay, that means the way the person feels is indescribable. Okay? That cannot be described. Inexplicable. I find no peace, and all my war is done. There's no war, but he doesn't have inner peace. I fear and hope. I fear and hope. Okay? So you see fear and hope being juxtaposed in the same expression. All right? That is how the lover feels when the love is not returned. I burn and freeze like ice. Okay? So what you notice in that poem is that the major poetic device deployed in this poem, I Find No Peace by Sir Thomas Watt, is antithesis. Is what? Antithesis. Antithesis is a trope in literature. It's a literary trope in which an expression expresses two contradictory ideas. Antithesis is a literary trope. It's a figure of speech. It's a figure of speech in which two contradictory ideas are contained in an expression, are made to operate in an expression. And that is what you find throughout the lines of this poem. So you cannot discuss this poem without mentioning the use of what? Antithesis. Okay? I fear and hope. I burn and freeze like ice. Burn and freeze. Okay? Almost oxymoron. Okay? Because they present collocational clash in the poem. Two contradictory words and expression. One of the lines says, I desire to perish, and yet I ask help. Okay? That's how the lover feels. The person is trying to let us know how a lover feels when the love is not returned, unrequited love. So one of the themes that this poem, a major theme treated in this poem is what? Unrequited love. Unrequited love. Now let's look at the rhyme scheme. I know we've not been taught rhyme scheme yet, which will be done in Elements of Poetry, of course, but we can still try to find the rhyme scheme on this point, because you have some previous knowledge, right? You have some previous knowledge in your wonderful secondary schools, right? When you were taught literature. So we are talking about N rhyme scheme here, So we are dealing with the end words, the last word per line. The first line says, I have no peace and all my war is done. That first line is always A. It's always what? A. So you write down A. Okay? So write down A. Right? A. I fear and hope. I burn and face thy eyes. I fly above the wind, yet can I not arise. And not I have in all the world I season. A. Because of gun and hand. Thou losest, nor locketh, holdeth me in prison. Say, and holdeth me not yet and escape no wise. Nor letteth me live, nor die at my device. And yet of death giveth me occasion. So the octave is complete. Without end I see, and without tongue I think. See. I desire to perish, and yet I ask of help. See. I love another, and thus I hate myself. E. Doesn't rhyme with hell, doesn't rhyme with flame. E. I feed me in sorrow and laugh in all my pain. C. Likewise displeaseth me both life and death. D. D. Because of health, right? And my delight is because of my strife. Strife, because of myself. So that's D. Right? So that shows that the poem is what type of sonnet? What type of sonnet is that? The rhyme scheme gives out the type of the sonnet. Huh? Sorry? Italian sonnet. Thank you very much. Italian sonnet. What's of the rhyme scheme? Okay. Now let us consider the rhyme scheme of sonnet 3. Rhyme scheme of sonnet 3, we are also looking at the end rhyme. That means the last word is what matters. The last word per line, what matters. Okay? The last word is what matters. Is what matters. This is the last word that matters. Okay. So look in thy glass and tell the face thou viewest. Views is what? Hey, the first line is always A. Now is the time thou shalt become another. Whose friend repay if now thou not renewest. A. Whose fresh repay, okay, thou dost regard the world from blessed mother. So you see, A, B, A, B. Whether you know that it's an English sentence. Yes. So the next one. For where is she so fair, full of clear womb? See. Is then the tillage of thy husbandry. B. Or who is he so fond will be the tomb? Of his self-love, we stop prosperity. Husbandry, prosperity. Thou art thy mother's glass, and she indeed. Falls back the lovely April of our prime. So thou, O windows of thine head, shalt see. Despite of wrinkles, this that goes in time, bright. And the last two lines. But if thou may remember not to be, thy single and thy image that will be. Okay, so, so let us talk about the limerick. Limerick. Limerick is spelled L-I-M-E-R-I-C-K. Limerick. Limerick. L-I-M-E-R-I-C-K. The limerick is a short, light mood poem. The limerick is a short, light mood poem. Meaning that the limerick is humorous in nature. When we use the word light in literature to talk about humor, that means not serious, capable of making one laugh. So light, if the tone of a work of art is described as light, meaning it is funny. Means it's what? Funny. Light mood is capable of making one laugh, not serious. So the limerick has 5 lines. The limerick has 5 lines. And it's written in anapestic meter. Written in anapestic meter. Written in anapestic meter. Anapestic meter. Right? In a plastic mirror, and has the rhyme scheme. That's the rhyme scheme. A B B A. That's the rhyme scheme. A B B A. A B B A. And I ask you, what is the rhyme scheme of the limerick? Limerick rhymes A-A-B-B-A. So, an example of a limerick is a limerick about a limerick. An example of a limerick is a limerick about a limerick. Right? And the poem is written by Maurice Bishop. Maurice Bishop. He tries to use the limerick to define the limerick. He defines the limerick using the form of a limerick. So let's go. First line. First line, ladies and gentlemen. The limerick is furtive and mean. The limerick is furtive and mean. Limerick is furtive and mean. You must keep her in close quarantine. The first line is punctuated with colon at the end. The first line is punctuated with colon at the end. The second line says, you must keep her in close quarantine. Reminds us of the time of COVID-19. Right? Must keep her in close quarantine. Right? Keep her in close quarantine. Limerick is furtive and mean. You must keep her in close quarantine. The end punctuation mark is a comma. The third line says, or she sneaks to the slums. Or she sneaks to the slums. Or she sneaks to the slums. She sneaks to the slums. And promptly becomes. And promptly becomes. And promptly becomes. And promptly becomes. Disorderly, drunk, and obscene. Disorderly, drunk, disorderly, drunk, and obscene. Disorderly, drunk, and obscene. The limerick is furtive and you must keep her in close quarantine, or she sneaks to the slums and promptly becomes disorderly, drunk, and obscene. So all these are the characteristics of the limerick. All these are the characteristics of the limerick. So one thing you need to know about the limerick is that it has a ridiculous subject matter. It has a ridiculous subject matter. The limerick has a ridiculous subject matter that usually tilts towards the obscene. Okay? Usually tilts towards the obscene. So someone should determine the rhyme scheme on the board. Someone should go and show us how that is done. Someone should go and show us how that is done. Okay, Olowa Farambi is going to show us how it's done. So what you say is, mean is A, right? Quarantine is A because they got the same sound as slant is B, become is B because they have the same sound. Now sing rhymes with teen and mean, so A, right? It's not done in silence, it's done with explanation as to why it is so, right? Okay, so there's another one. One more quickly before we move on to the next one, as if time permits. Another example of limerick, ladies and gentlemen. First line. This one is by Anonymous. The poem is entitled A Young Lady of Lynn. A Young Lady of Lynn. A young lady. A young of Lynn. You can see the alliteration in the title. There was a young lady of Lynn, comma. There was a young lady of Lynn, comma, who was so uncommonly thin. as line 2. Line 2 says, who was so uncommonly thin? There was a young lady of Lynn, line 1, comma. Line 2, who was so uncommonly thin? Thin, right? There was a young lady of Lynn who was so uncommonly thin that when she essayed to drink lemonade, she slipped through to the straw and fell in. You can see how funny the fun is. There was a young lady of Lynn, who was so uncommonly thin that when she essayed to drink lemonade, she slipped through the straw and fell in. Okay? So the poem is funny because it makes light of the lady's, it exaggerates the lady's slim size. And so that when she's trying to take a drink from a straw, she passes through the straw into the drink. So that means the drink drinks her instead of her drinking the drink, right? Okay, so we'll end our class there for today. When we come back, we'll continue to the next type of poetry. Good morning.